Hey Tankers, Asiaticus here with some gameplay involving the Soviet Tier 9 medium tank, the T-54. I am platooning with Alexander Cheng, also in a T-54. The 54 is what many consider the ideal blend of firepower, mobility, and armor. It has some downsides. It kind of lacks in pen with the high rate of fire gun, which is what I'm running. It also has the typical Soviet lack of gun depression. So it's a great tank for flanking. It's a great tank for high intensity, high speed combat. It's great for bullying other mediums, lower tier mediums. Here we are on Port Bay, and we have flanked around from the north spawn to the left side, and we are encountering nobody. So we're going to find ourselves fighting at the docks and in the town. The enemy team has decided to go into town and fight around the cap circle, which is generally a bad idea on this map. The only time to cap on this map is later in the game when things have whittled down somewhat, but very vulnerable in town from various directions. So we're encountering the enemy. I don't get this T-54, but I do encounter a really great opportunity to take out this M103, who is out in the open, out near the cap circle. Move forward, take another shot at him. He's now at half damage. We have some other mediums who have been flanking with us, including my platoon mate, also coming in to work on the M103. It's a Tier 9 game, so taking out a Tier 9 heavy is a really useful thing to do at this point. We'll go up with this Comet, try not to get in his way, encounter that 54 I missed earlier, put a shot into him, and we encounter an E75 that's moving across this open area by cap. The enemy is really playing rather poorly here, trying to not to get caught up with this Comet. Very much try not to block people, but the E75 is sitting out, very vulnerable. Got another 54 in here who's trying to give us some difficulty. Alexander gets involved with him, and I'm trying to support my platoon mate with focus fire on this 54. Come and hit him. He's focused on Alexander. He's a one-shot, and we take him out. Very nice. Now we move out over toward cap. Do not get this shot here. And now we're just in the cleanup phase of this battle. That IS-8 is a one-shot. He's about to die. Only 2 enemy tanks left. We've got an STI and an IS-4 over here. I'm sorry, KV-4 and an STI. At this point, I don't want to be a focus of their fire, but so I pull back, and now the STI is focused elsewhere. I have no need to use heat, despite the lack of pen on this gun, because I can fire on the lower plate. And that's the game. And you can see we did top damage. The other team, aside from a couple of top tanks, did quite poorly on damage. Okay, here we are on Desert Sands. I wanted to show you this game, even though it didn't go well at the end, because it's a good example of some mistakes I make and a pretty good showing at the very end. We have flanked. We are hoping for a situation in which we've placed the enemy into a crossfire position, but we do not achieve that. I'm somewhat out in the open and getting hit, so I do not have a shot on this 54. No, I do have a shot on the 54. I want to move into a position where I have some cover and some shots. I've gotten shot again. I should not have stayed out in the open that long. But I want to move up and make use of this sand dune as a point of cover from which I can bring fire onto the enemy and play peekaboo using my relatively strong frontal armor. I-6 coming in, get shot. I did not angle very well. I should have been wiggling more. Get a great shot on that Jag Tiger, and I noticed that my platoon mate has moved forward and is kind of in trouble, so I'm moving forward to give him some support, but he's dead now, and we are down 4 kills to 2. I have this T-54. They're coming at me one at a time, so that's good, and I am being pretty successful with my armor at this point. I'll switch to heat to penetrate. I bounce a shot. Take out the 54. Now their Patton is moving up. I'd like to take him out. Penetrate there. I want to put him between me and the enemy tanks. Unfortunately, I'm backing up, so I don't have quite the speed to do that in reverse. I put another shot into him. He bounces one off of my frontal armor. I try to give him my frontal armor, hit him again, and boom. Just couldn't manage it. We only have 1 tank left, and he dies pretty quickly. Alexander had said he was sorry, and I typed that's not a problem there. So we did pretty well in that battle, but couldn't pull it off. All right, once we are on Port Bay. This battle is going to play out similarly. We do not, we flank to the left. We do not encounter the enemy until we go all the way around. This time we go to the right of the buildings, and I'm trying to support my teammate. Focus fire with 254s can be very effective, and that's what we're trying to do here. Gets a shot in. I do not get a shot in. Spotted. Once again, the enemy is in the vicinity of the cap circle, and we are going to take advantage of that. We have tanks on the other side, so we want to place them in as much of a crossfire as we can. Great shot there on the enemy rear, and he's dead before I can take another shot. Moving up to find some other shots over by the dock area. We've got a very aggressive Panther here who does reasonably well for himself. Get a snapshot in. Alexander's doing some business over there too. We want to find ourselves some good shots here. Some shot in there. And he's in trouble. Another shot into him. And I get tracked, but I do not repair because I'm sufficiently behind cover. But then I pull out, spend a little too much time. I aimed correctly, but the shot dispersed into the T-54's turret instead of his hull where I aimed. That's going to just happen sometimes. We trade shots here, not optimal. We each exposed our front drive wheel area. He's now protecting himself a little better. I switched to heat to get through his frontal armor. Alexander's moving up. I want to support him. I do not want to get myself flanked here, however. And we have an overly aggressive T-20 moving up. Switch to AP. There's no need for heat here. And he's going to die very quickly with 2 of us shooting at him. Poor decision on the part of the T-20 driver. Something similar is going to happen in just a moment. There, T-32 is moving up in a similar way, confronting Alexander, which means I can come in behind him, get a shot on his engine, pull back as he tries to shoot at me. I pull forward when he focuses on Alexander, take him out. We have a T-44 coming up, and once again we can focus fire on him, and he's going to be taken out quickly. And there he goes. And that's the game. Alright, now we are on Black Goldville. We're moving up to the caves area here together, trying to get some focus fire. Move up, trying to use my good turret armor without exposing my hull armor. Fire at the 54. Managed to get through the frontal armor. I have a kind of a doofus moment up here in just a moment. I'm going to come up and I'm going to spend too much time out in the open. Bounce off the turret of this Pershing. Try to get out of the mouse's way. I'm going to move up. Try to get some side shots. Put one into the side of this 54. Playing a little game of chicken here. And take out the 54. Shot into his side armor. And trying to stay out of the way of the mouse. And put one into the track of this Indian Panzer. I cluelessly run into a dead tank. And this is now just cleanup. There are a couple of, there's an E-100 and a Jagdpanzer E-100 completely exposed, and they have no chance. We clean them up quite handily. I hope you like this gameplay. Please give it a like. Please give me any suggestions for feedback or what else you'd like to see. Otherwise, enjoy the video.